Hey everybody, hope all is well. So look on the screen. I had a video I had been wanting to do, and I am just so ever the busy bee. A lot going on. I'm sure you do too. So I couldn't find that in my stack of videos to do. Only about 8,000, but who's counting? So here we have a photo here of Warnock, Democratic Party representative, and he's with looks like the some Asian individuals. It says, "We support Reverend Warnock, and here's our guy." Yeah. So the video I had originally and wanted to post was one where Warnock was meeting with some Asian business owners. Okay. And I'm wondering if they reached out to him because they understand politics. Some people don't. Some people, it's all emotional. Okay. It was a meeting with him and just the Asian business owners. And some people had a question about it. And here's my thing about it. Life is business. It's not emotional. It's not about, well, oh, I like this person, or I don't like what he said. A lot of our people make decisions based on something so infinitesimal, something so small. I don't like what he said, so I'm going this way. Look at the bigger picture. Somebody handing you a plate with some catfish on it, it's insulting. All this, what is this called? I saw a thing about no VUCKING, no voting. What are you voting for? You do understand it's an exchange. It's like when you go into a store and you're pulling out your card, your cash. You're pulling all this out, and normally you walk out the store with, I'm assuming, something. Put things into a basket, you put them into a bag, and you check out. That's what voting is. That's why I made a joke. I said, "Hey, I'm going to do a store. I want only Black customers." Okay, do like you do for Biden. They're not doing anything for us. Okay, I don't see it. I don't want to hear about, well, a stimmy is not just for you specific. Okay, like they have things for the LGBTQ community, for the Asian community. The protections, where is yours? Nowhere to be found. So I'm not here to criticize. Vote for whoever you want. You vote for Biden, I don't have a problem with you. That's your vote. Do you? But I'm saying need to. I think a lot of us need to understand the process. We sit up here, oh, I like what he said. Hey, this is the same part that came to you about get your booty to the poll. How insulting! But hey, I can't blame them for that because they understand the values of the community. They understand the mindset. That's how a lot of us like it like that. Get your booty. I'm getting my booty to the pole with strippers. I'm not mad at them. No, it's the fact that this is what is promoted. So they're relating to you. That's what you want. So just like when Warnock had that meeting with those Asian business owners, they understand life is business. So you're not going to sit up here and just get their vote. They want to know, what are you going to bring to the table? What are you going to do in exchange for the vote? That's the part a lot of us aren't getting. Again, vote for whomever you want. But make sure, some people voted for Biden because they said, hey, the student loan, that was our thing. I get it. That's what they're getting out of it. That is their right. Some people voted all for Trump. Why? They're about Wall Street. With him making it rain. I totally get it. But just to sit up there, some people are just like, well, I've heard them say, I hate that this happened in the administration of Biden and I got all these taxes out my check. Well, everybody does. Everybody does. But I knew I should have voted this way, but this is what grandma said. Use your own brain. When grandma was growing up, they didn't have the internet either, okay? You use your brain. Do what's best for you. So people were criticizing, hey, why is he meeting with them? Because it's business. They don't just hand you some vote. They want to know, what are you going to do? And that's the reason for the meeting. So here we have Reverend Warnock. He sat down with the Atlanta Voice, Georgia Asian Times, and Mundo Hispanico in Atlanta to discuss his work to support small businesses, small business owners, lower cost, and protect jobs for all Georgians. This collaboration across 3 Atlanta outlets is an ongoing effort to expand coverage of ethnic communities in Metro Atlanta and across Georgia. What was it about? He met with them to discuss his work to support small business owners. And that's why they're there. Because they understand life is business. They got the memo. So they weren't just sitting wasting time with him and saying, well, let me see. I like his church. My grandma, no. My grandma go to his church. Life is business. They get the memo. I'm afraid some people don't get the memo. And here we have him here. It says Reverend Warnock hosted a meet and greet in South Atlanta where he delivered remarks and talked to voters about his continued support to protect and restore a woman's right to make her own health care decisions and his efforts to work across the aisle in the Senate to deliver for Georgians. And the ones I see in the background, this who really need the jobs, the ones in the background. Definitely those are the ones who need the jobs. And here's one you have. Reverend Warnock celebrated Hispanic Heritage Month with CASA in action, an organization that mobilizes Latino voters to elect leaders who support immigrants and communities of color, where he discussed his work to support Latino business owners, his support for comprehensive immigration reform, and his continued efforts to lower costs for all Georgians. What do Black folks say? Because we want to hop on as people of color. When you have low self-esteem, you grasp anything. And I think our group does that. You want to hop in. I don't see you in this picture. So what makes you think CASA in action going to be for you, or quote people of color? It's going to be for color like the ones that's got these little cute outfits on. Everybody's for their own. Who didn't get the memo? I don't see DeQuanda, Takesha, Tyrone up in here. So we get caught up in the lingo of people of color. I'm not a person of color. I'm a Black woman. It's like, oh, here's a prize. If you are 6 feet tall, you get the prize. Well, I'm not 6 feet tall. I'm shorter. I'm a short person. Well, it's for people of sizes. Okay, what about my size in particular? And then you look up, it's only benefiting a person that's 6 feet tall and up. Well, that's not me, so why would I support you? So my point is, we need to open up our eyes. Life is business. These people see it. These groups see it. Oh, these groups, they definitely see it. Trust and believe. I think some of the people in our group don't see it. So they're not giving out any free votes. I can assure you with that. They're not giving out any free votes. I can promise you that. Hello, that's the whole idea behind the meeting. So this here, he's our guy. The reason he's their guy, because they've had a conversation, and what you want to bet? Something was said to their liking. So I hear people talking about, oh, I should have done this, should have done that, but I listened to my grandma, my family, my friends, my church. At the end of the day, who's supporting you? Your family, your friends, or your church are they coming up with a check for you in your account? Make your own decision. Life is business. Act accordingly. No joke. Life is business. It's time to act accordingly. So these people are meeting with Warnock. They want to find out what's in it for them. They're not handing out any free votes, or because we like you, or because you came to my grandmama's church. Life is business. A lot of people, they got the memo. I'm afraid a lot of our people don't have the memo, because the things I hear, and I'm like, are you really serious? Because your mom said? I mean, it's like, are you really serious? You fell for the okie doke POC. Here's one Black person. They're Asian. So you think, do you really think they're there for you, or for the quote people of color? You think the POC is affecting you? Everybody is in it for their own self-interest. And that's how a lot of us should be, not just in politics, but also for relationships. So yeah. So I hope somebody get the memo. People are like, oh, why is he meeting with them? Well, he has a right to, because they're voters. They want to find out, what's he about? What can you do for me, for our businesses? That's what they're about. Look at their socioeconomic level and look at ours. They have a playbook. Life is business. Act accordingly. So yeah, people are like, wow, he's meeting with them. He has a right to meet with them. But I can promise you they have some questions for him. And the fact that they're saying, he's our guy, he has made some promises, I would assume. He has said something that's pleasing to them. And guess what? It ain't about lifting up the BC. They're there for themselves. Guess what? Maybe you should be too. Simply said on YouTube, let me know your thoughts again. I'm not here to tell you who to vote for, definitely not. I just want you to see the picture and the grand scheme of things. Life is business. Politics, you learn that in poli-sci. They taught that at the university where I attended. What is it? The study of who gets what. So people are like, oh, he's meeting with those Asian people. They got the memo. It's the study of who gets what. So for you getting their vote, they want to know what they're going to get. It's an exchange. And if you're not really sure about that, feel free to check into Dr. Claude Anderson's podcast here on YouTube, a wealth of information. But yeah, why is he meeting with them? Don't forget, this is the same group. Hey, get your booty to the poll. And they had strippers for you. Don't forget, this is the same party that they chose Cardi B to speak for you. A joke. I mean, it's like, oh my gosh, what an insult. But that's okay. I'm not mad at them because every day the community show what they're about. And that's why you got what is this? No voting, no VUCKING. Get your booty to the poll. That's why you got your representative as Cardi B. Speaks volumes. Speaks volume. So yeah, people are like, oh, he met with those Asian people. Yeah, you surprised? You think? They want to know one-on-one, what are you about? It ain't no fish fry. Mr. Wong got some questions for you because Mr. Wong wants to make sure for his people, Mr. Wong wants to make sure it doesn't go wrong. That's what it's about. So let me know what you guys think. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share. Simply Said here on YouTube, and I am out. Oh, what's the market doing today? Oh my gosh, am I losing money or making money?